I have started to type some text on top of this page, and I'm okay with how it's starting, and then it's time for me to write some body copy or some kind of an explanation, or this guy's thoughts about what he's seeing. Or maybe this is, if I wrote this as a vacation note, this is like a diary he's keeping on his trip, and all the cool things he's seen that he's never seen in his life. And again, all of them brought to you by Marmot, because he happened to go buy a backpack and camping gear from that brand. So I put my body copy in here, and I'm staring at it, and it's kind of hard to see. And I know that the page is a little small, so I'm zooming in a little bit. This is probably about how big it is in reality. I'm still having a hard time seeing it as it's on top of the background. So the white looks great on these dark trunks, but it doesn't look so good in some of these medium shades. Well, one thing I did to fix that is I moved it to a sans serif type. And that probably is helping a little bit, because serif type on top of pictures can be nearly awful to read unless it's this size right here. It still doesn't really stand out. Well, let's see. See how big it is. Well, it's 12 point. Well, here's the thing that I don't think students always sometimes get, is that body copy is generally 9 to 12, 13, 14 points tall. That's it. The solution isn't to come in here and just make the type be really large so that it really stands out, because I don't know if that really helped, but at the end of the day, it's now no contrast between the headline and the body copy. So that's not a good option. I want to leave it this size. Sure, maybe that's why I made this gray bar. So I could come down in here, drop it down, pull the width of the box to be wider, and maybe that's the perfect solution, is not even trying to write on top of this. But let's say I had a purpose for this gray box. I was going to put in that you could buy it at REI or Dick's Sporting Goods, Instagram account, Facebook account, website address, some other little thing about, that it's on sale or something like that. So I really feel that I need to have it in here. Well, one other option you can do sometimes when the background is kind of noisy is to go ahead and make some kind of a box. I'm going to draw this on top of the text. And I'm going to fill it with paper color. And then I'm going to come right on up to where it says Object and pull down to Effects. And I'm going to come on in here to the transparency. And I'm going to tell it that I don't want it to be 100%. Instead, I want to fade it back. So now my goal here on this is to see, could I make a background box that would allow me, oops, didn't say that, Effects, Transparency. Could I put the text inside of a box like this? Click OK. I'm sorting through my stack here, which often happens. Now my box is on top of my text. If I hold Command down and click, it'll let me sort through a stack. Okay, now I grab the text. So I'm going to Object, Arrange, bring that to the front, highlight the text, and make it black. So now I've got black text on this white box. So the white box's job is to basically kind of neutralize the background and make it a calmer place so that maybe the black text on this kind of screen back box looks better. If it was just set at 100% for the opacity, it probably looks kind of weird. It's just too garish. It stands out too much. There's too much contrast. So again, we're trying to do it about like this. And that might be neat. But if for some reason you're looking at it, it's like, I don't know, with this blend in here, that looks really hard-edged. Why is that a hard edge when I chose to use this blend over here? Well, I could click on the box and go back up to the effects. These are sometimes your best friend, and I can come on out here and go to Basic Feather, and I could adjust how much the box is going to feather. I'm not worried about how much smaller it is. All I'm looking at is how soft the edge is. Okay, no softness, a little bit. Yeah, I like it like that. Maybe I think that looks about like this fuzziness. Okay, click OK, and if for some reason it made the box smaller, then I could hold the Command button down. That's the text. Click again. Now that's the box back here. Now I could pull this out a little bit more, redistribute where the edge of the box is if I thought it was too close to the text. So there, one way for me to be able to make a calmer place for the text to read when you're trying to set it on top of a picture.